In this video, we'll walk through the process of setting up your workstation with Unity. Our objectives will be to download the Unity Hub, set up your Unity account, and install the Unity editor so we're ready to start using Unity to develop games. Let's get started. Alright, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to open our web browser and direct it to the Unity website, which is at www.unity.com. This is the home page for Unity. We'll use this site from time to time to access various resources and get in touch with the Unity community. They have some great learning tutorials and so forth. We'll talk more about these things later. But for now, we're going to download Unity. So up at the top right, there is a Getting Started option. Go ahead and click that. This brings us to the page that talks about how to get Unity and the different Unity plans and costs. Most of the versions of Unity are essentially the same in terms of the software, but there is a difference in terms of the cost and what additional services come with the license. In this course, go ahead and click on Individual, and you can see there's two options here. There's a student version and a personal version. Both of these versions are free, and either will be more than sufficient for what we're doing in this class, as well as for hobbyist game development or even indie game development. Down the road, if you use Unity commercially, you may need to upgrade to a plan that costs money. The educational version requires a bit of additional verification. You may want to go through this at some point, but for now, and for purposes of example, I'll walk through getting the personal edition. So let me click on Getting Started under Personal. You can see there are two options here, one for first-time users and one for returning users. The first-time user option comes with the Startup Wizard with some additional guided learning, but forces you to download a specific version of Unity that may not be what we want to use in this course. Therefore, I suggest choosing the returning user option. So I'll go ahead and click Go here. And then if I scroll down, I need to accept the terms and conditions here and download the Unity Hub. And once the Unity Hub is downloaded, I'll go ahead and open the file there and walk through the process of installing the Unity Hub. And I'll just go through the standard setup here. And then I'll go ahead and run the Unity Hub. And if this is the first time you're bringing up Unity Hub, it may come up like this where it says you have no license yet. Let me go ahead and click Manage License. And you can see it says I need to log in first. So you do need to set up a Unity ID to do this. So let me go ahead and click Login, or you can select the little icon at the top and then log in from here. And if you already have a Unity ID, you would set that up here. If not, click the Create One option, and that will walk you through the process of creating your Unity ID. Of course, I've already got a Unity ID, so I'm going to go ahead and log in. And then I'll click Sign In. And from here now, I need to activate a new license. So I'll go ahead and click Activate New License. And it asks me if I want to do Unity Personal or Unity Plus or Pro. And like I said, we can use Unity Personal for the purposes of this class. And you can pick which option is most appropriate here. I'm going to say that my company or organization represents earning less than $100,000 in gross revenue in the previous fiscal year. And click Done. Okay, so now I'm signed in with my Unity ID and I've got my license installed. Let me click on the back arrow here to go back to kind of the top level of the Unity Hub. And within Unity Hub, we can install Unity. So we don't actually have Unity installed yet. So let's go to the Installs section. And you can see I've got no version of Unity installed yet. Let me go ahead and close my browser in the background so it doesn't confuse us there. So from here, we can click the Add button. And this will show various versions of Unity that we can select here to install. Typically, Unity comes out in a yearly cycle. So you can see there's Unity 2018 here. The LTS stands for long-term support. So this is the last version of 2018 that they will continue to support into the future. And then there's a 2019 version and then a 2020 version. So I'm recording this video in 2020, so there's not yet a long-term support versions of 2020. So likely in 2021, you'll see a long-term support version of 2020. For this course, I want to make sure everyone uses the same version of Unity, so you will be in sync with my lessons and with each other. For this course, check the course website for what version of Unity we are currently using. So based on that information, you may or may not see the option here. But notice this link here where it says, if you can't find the version you're looking for, visit our download archive. So let me go ahead and click on that. So this brings up the Unity download archive page in my web browser. And if I scroll down here, you can see there is tabs for each version of Unity all the way back through time. So I can click on, for example, Unity 2017 and see all the versions of Unity 2017 that came out. And if I wanted one of these versions, I could click on Unity Hub to start the download within Unity Hub, or I could pick one of the download options here to download the installer and install it directly. So the Unity download archive is a great place to find old or previous versions of Unity. Once again, check the version of Unity that I've specified in the class and choose that version. For purpose of example, I'm just going to close my web browser and go back to the Unity Hub. And I'm going to pick Unity 2020.1.3 here. And then go ahead and click Next. This is going to ask what modules that I want to install. And the first module listed here is Microsoft Visual Studio Community, which is our text editor, our code editor software. If you don't already have Visual Studio installed, you'll definitely want to check this to download and install that. And then down below that, we can pick various other modules. The modules that I want you to pick for purposes of the class include Mac build support, Windows build support, and WebGL build support. There's various other options here. You can pick those if you want, but it's going to increase the download time and the disk space that Unity takes. And then the bottom option is documentation. Make sure that that is checked as well. And then let me go ahead and click Next. And I'll have to agree to some license agreements here, for example, Visual Studio license. And then I'll have to agree to let Unity Hub make updates to my computer. And this will start the download process. This may take quite some time to download all of the data and install it, depending on the speed of your internet connection. So I'm going to fast forward the video here until we get installed. Okay, I compressed about 10 to 15 minutes of time in a few seconds. Once again, it might take quite a bit longer for you depending on where in the world you are and your internet speed. So using Unity Hub, you can actually have multiple versions of Unity installed and manage them from within the hub. For example, I can click Add now and go through the process of adding another version of Unity. Or if I've already installed Unity on a hard drive, but it's not in my installs here, I can click Locate and then find that on the hard drive and select the editor from that option. Why would you want multiple versions of Unity, you might ask? Well, the company that makes Unity updates Unity really almost every few weeks. So there's always new versions of Unity coming out. If you have a project that has started in one version of Unity, you may not want to update it to a newer version of Unity, as doing so may break things that you will then have to fix. Therefore, for learning purposes in this course, I recommend sticking with the version of Unity that I've specified for this course and for the course projects. If you start a new project on your own at some point, you may want to install a different version, perhaps the latest version of Unity. From within the Unity Hub, you can access all the versions of Unity that you've got installed. But for now, we've got our one version installed, so we are ready to start developing games.